parents never let me inside the basement. I finally found out why. I always wondered why the basement door was locked. Not like most doors, it had 3 heavy bolts and the rusted padlock. Dad kept the key on the chain he never took off even when he showered. When I was younger, I pressed my ear against it and heard something like dripping water or maybe breathing. Mom always told me never to go near it, said it was dangerous, said there were rats. But one night I caught my brother Liam staring at it. He looked at me and said, "Don't you ever hear them calling?" I laughed, thinking he was joking, but he didn't laugh back. Weeks went by and weird things started happening. At night, I'd wake up to footsteps that stopped outside my door. Mom's voice whispering something I couldn't make out. Then the smell started like old meat left in the sun. Dad said a raccoon must have died under the house, but the smell came from under the floor. I started having dreams of a staircase that went down forever and a red light at the bottom. I'd wake up sweating, hearing someone whisper my name. Then one day when my parents went to visit Uncle Mark, Liam came running with the padlock key. He said he'd stolen it and wanted to see what was down there once and for all. I told him we'd get in trouble, but he said I don't care, they're lying to us. The lock came off easier than I expected. The air was cold and wet, like a freezer full of mud. We went down the creaking wooden stairs, each step crying under our weight. The light was dim and yellow, and the smell hid stronger of rot and salt and something sharp like copper. At the bottom was a door made of wood and chains scratched with symbols. Circles, lines, crosses with eyes drawn inside. Liam looked pale, but he kept going. When he pushed it open, I wish I never followed. The basement wasn't the basement. It was a room carved into rock. Every wall was covered in drawings, people kneeling, a horned figure behind them. And in the middle were 2 shapes sitting in chairs. At first I thought they were mannequins, but the smell told me they weren't. Their faces were sunken, skin gray and grainy, coated in thick salt. It was my grandparents, the ones my parents said died in a car crash years ago. Liam gagged and covered his mouth. I just stared frozen. There were candles melted into the floor and bones arranged in circles. Jars on shelves filled with dark red liquid and something floating that looked like tongues. Then I heard the front door slam upstairs. Mom and Dad were back early. Liam panicked and dropped the key. I heard Dad shouting our names, the sound of boots above us. Then Mom's voice low and shaking. They saw. I grabbed Liam's arm and ran for the stairs, but he stopped. He was staring at the bodies. One of their heads moved just slightly, the jaw twitching like he was trying to talk. He whispered they're still alive. I didn't wait. I dragged him up. The light bulbs flickered and popped one by one. When we reached the top, the door slammed shut from the other side. We bounded and screamed. Dad's voice came through. "You weren't supposed to see that." Then I heard the scrape of metal as he locked us in. Liam started crying, saying we were dead, but I saw the small window eye on the wall. I climbed on the shelf and kicked it open. Cold air rushed in. I pushed Liam up first, then followed. I scraped my hands bloody on the stone, but I didn't care. We landed in the yard just as Dad's shouting got closer. He burst through the basement door, his face pale and furious. Behind him, Mom held something sharp and shiny. I didn't even recognize her. Her eyes were wide black around the edges. We ran through the woods behind the house, branches tearing at our clothes. I could hear Dad's breathing behind us, heavy and animal. Liam tripped and I pulled him up. We didn't stop until the neighbor's lights appeared.